Hey guys, what's up? It's Lauren from the YouTube channel LaurDIY, and festival season is in full swing right now, so I'm going to be showing you how to make this super cute and very appropriate flower headband. So for this craft, I'm just using one type of tape, and it is the mashup print. I have my craft knife, a hook and loop fastener, scissors, and a crafting mat. First, we're just going to take one width of our tape and make a long strip, and just flatten that out as best as possible. So essentially, all we're going to be doing is making about 1-inch squares. So this way first, and then I'm just gonna go across this way. So to start off our flower, I'm just gonna peel off one of my 1-inch squares here. And all we're gonna be doing is folding in the top 2 corners. So for the first one, I'm just gonna find the halfway point and fold that right in, make a little triangle. So it just looks like that. And then we're gonna do the exact same thing on the opposite side and fold in that top right corner to match the other one that we already folded in. And now we just have a little house shape. So go ahead and repeat that exact same process until you have approximately 30 petals. And I have one set up right here, so we can just do this super quick. So now for the very center of the flower, all we're gonna be doing is taking one of our petals, and I've got the top of my house pointing this way. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start rolling this up as tight as possible. And this is just gonna make the center part of our flower. There we go, so now I have a little peak right here, and we're just gonna refer to that as a peak, and this little part right here is gonna be the valley. So now with our next petal, all we're gonna be doing is taking the sticky part, we're gonna match our peaks up right here, and then on the opposite side, next to the valley, I'm gonna pop the sticky side on the bottom, and then just roll these sides around to stick to the center of the rose. There we go, so now I have 2 peaks that are approximately the same height, and you just go ahead and keep adding your petals until you've created a whole entire flower. So now I'm just attaching my 5th petal here, and all we're gonna do with this little nub at the very bottom here, so about maybe 1/4 of an inch, and we're just gonna chop that right off so it gives us a flat surface, so when it's sitting on top of our headband, it's not too pointy and not sticking up too much. So I'm just gonna go ahead and keep applying my petals. And there's a little trick here, so match up your peaks, especially as we get farther out in the petals. So all I'm gonna be doing with my sides is putting them on a slant because we want them to be pointing outwards. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep repeating that process. So I'm all done with my first flower. It's looking super cute. So I have some pre-made ones here just set aside. So we can go ahead and just move right on to the headband section of the craft. So for the headband section, I'm gonna be using the mash up print, and I'm just gonna pull out a super long strip here, the size of my crafting mat. And make sure you go a little bit longer than you think the size of your head actually is, so that we can just trim it down if we have any extras. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fold it over lengthwise. So fold that in half, and then smooth it out, and I'm gonna trim off some of the stickies that I have showing on the outside. So you don't want any stickies sticking to your hair because we're not trying to lose hair here. So I've got my band cut out now. I'm just gonna go ahead and plop that right on top of your head and measure it out so you can trim off any extra if it's a little bit too long. So you want to have about 1 inch overlapping at the very back. So I think I'm about perfect size here, so no trimming. So you just want to make sure that you have about this much overlapping so we can attach our hook and loop fastener. So I'm gonna go ahead and just peel this right off on one side, and the 2 pieces are actually still attached. I'm gonna pop that right on here, peel that off. And now to make sure that they perfectly line up, I'm gonna bring around the other side of my headband, got my inch overlap, and just press that together. And you can go ahead and trim this little extra piece off if you would like, so that it's a perfect fit. And now we have our headband. And I'm gonna go ahead and start attaching my flowers. So all I'm gonna be using is these little pieces of tape here, and just make sure there's a piece of tape on the flower, going across the band, and then attaching to the other side of the flower on the bottom. So just go ahead and repeat that exact same step until all your flowers are attached and they're arranged just the way that you like them. So now that all my flowers are perfectly in place the way I would like them to be, I'm just gonna go ahead and flip this right over and add a few more pieces onto the back to make sure that every row is attached on the front and the back, so everything is super secure. And I think that I am festival ready with my flower headband. So make sure if you guys like this craft to give it a big thumbs up, and if you do try it out, you can send us a picture on Twitter or Instagram using the hashtag #TheDuctBrand, and all our links will be in the description box below.